I didn't say Heil. I'm not a Nazi. I said hi. French, they're probably going to lose. Poland, they're pretty much fucked. The Czechs, they're fucked, usually. Like 99% of the time, and, whatnot. Now you're wondering, why is China like this? Well, China is pretty much always was pretty much like this in the 30s. I mean, these guys did fly the main government's flag right here, but they didn't really listen. And these guys are the communists. Say hi to Chairman Mao. And there's the Japanese. Sorry about that impromptu tour, but I kind of wanted to show you how the political map mode is. Weather kind of shows you what's going on. As you can see, these areas are frozen. This also hampers your movement and attacking capabilities. Others include storms, which limit your ability to fight as well as cripples your ability to fly if you have air units. Storms, which is even worse, to the point where you can't even fly. And a couple others. Snowstorms do the same thing. Muddy terrain does the same thing, only to ground units where you can't basically fight at all. So yeah, weather. Weather isn't that important, but you might want to pay attention. I have no idea what the economic. Oh, it shows you what's producing what. Shows you factories. Shows you resources. Pretty useful if you want to plan out what provinces you want to take. Supply map mode. It shows where you're pretty much well supplied at. The reason why it's green here is because of the fact that I'm allied with them, which is basically why I can pretty much go all around Africa without any worries. Red is because I have no access to them, so, naturally, you're not supplied in those areas. And you sort of have this bonus where if you're adjacent, basically, a province of yours is against a province of a person that you can't really go through, you're still going to get the bonus anyway of being able to walk through that province. What else is there? Partisan map mode. This isn't really too useful to anyone. It just kind of shows you any areas that are in trouble of revolting, but, well, there's no point because it shows you right here, partisan activity. Oh, and I should probably explain the buttons to these provinces. Factories shows you how many factories are where. Air guns. They're pretty much useless, but they show you how many there are. They're indicated by that icon. Land forts. They're useful for stopping any sort of offensives on land, while sea forts, well, do the same thing, if I remember right, for assaults. Then there are these, the resources that I showed you earlier, and how much the country produces. And these railroads, well, they show you how well you can travel, because that's your infrastructure, aka your railroads, roads, and any other sort of paths that you got. Higher it is, the faster you move, and the better you're supplied. So let's say, for example, you're in the middle of, I don't know, Tibet. Yeah, you're kind of hosed. I mean, you can still move there, but it just really screws with your day. What else should I describe? I'm probably forgetting a lot of things. Oh yeah, diplomacy. I better get into that too before I really start. Now, Canada is a democracy, market liberal, which is, right-leaning, but not all the way right. There's different sorts of alignments. If you move there, you'll get social conservative, which means it just kind of shows you your makeup. If you move to the right, you'll get more right-winged people. If you move to the left, more left-wing people. Same thing with democratic and authoritarian. Open society pretty much shows you how open you are towards other people and visitors, but it also hampers your intelligence capabilities. I didn't know there was a spy operating in Canada. Weird. Yeah, that's your intelligence feature. If you have enough money, you can send spies to kill spies and send spies to other countries to do all sorts of havoc. I'll get into that when I actually have some freaking money, because that costs money too. Free market and central planning. The more you go to free market, the shorter production time is and cost. Go further up central planning, the more factories you're able to do, because really, you don't have to sell all your shit to other people. Standing army and drafted army. Drafted armies, if I remember right, give you a better upgrade time. No, yeah. Really, it just increases your ability to get gearing bonuses, which is, when you get a gearing bonus, it increases your, it increases the speed in which something's done, because, it's an assembly line. Hawk and Dove Lobby, your stance is on war and peace. Never be in the dove lobby. It's completely freaking useless, actually. Except if you want to produce a lot of money, which in this case is actually somewhat useful because, well, let's see. I'm pretty well off in infantry. I'm just going to do basic machinery tool because that's a very useful thing. This shows you the requirements, actually. So I recommend doing that. Get the company that has the most. Now notice that my money's now in the red. Why? Because it costs money to actually, you know, use the research. Apparently, I'm costing money, but that's just sort of a bug. I'm not really. So let's just tone this down a bit more. Anyway, let's get back to here. Sorry if my description's a bit schizophrenic, but, well, I might as well get this crap over with before I actually start, you know? Anyway, interventionism, that means how fast you can step into something. Isolationist countries not only have a lot more people getting pissed off if you declare war, but in cases of democracies, sometimes you can't really even declare war, or join alliances for that matter. Now, we could have another team going on, so I heartily recommend. Now, overall, our tech teams are a little better than most countries, mostly on the grounds that we're friends with England. We're allies, actually. What I recommend as a minor country is to just kind of screw the bigger stuff. Actually go for stuff like the heavy cruisers and light cruisers. So, yeah, let's use Kingston because, while Vickers has better skill, ignore that Skype thing, by the way. This thing has technical efficiency, and it's on par with light cruisers. So, frankly, there's no point to actually getting a better thing. Even though it will research faster, it also costs more money. As you can see, I now have only $1.50 in production. Well, anyway, statistics also is, just some little bragging rights. You can go through it. I'm not going to explain it. There's no point. Well, anyway, I might have missed it a little bit, but I think I pretty much explained everything. And oh, wait, no, I haven't. Region map mode. This is your bigger areas. You use this to coordinate your aircraft and ships. Like, say, for example, you want to do something here. If you had something aside from transports, you can assign a regional area. And then there's its smaller areas, area map modes, which you can also assign to other things as well. This is what aircraft use. So if you're planning attacks with aircraft and naval, well, I recommend using that. Diplomatic map modes show you interesting things, like see those little dots? Those are provinces that we have claims on. Americas is right there. Mexico. I don't know why Guatemala has things on El Salvador. Probably some Central American history I really missed. You'll notice that the Germans have claims on that. Polish have claims on that. It just kind of shows you what they can control. If you have a dot in your province, you have full ability to use it, which is an extremely useful thing. Oh yeah, I think I forgot one more thing before I go, folks. Well, aside from the victory map modes, this kind of shows you victory points are pretty much what keeps you running. If you lose all of your victory points in a province during a war, you can get annexed, which means your game is over. Same applies to your enemy if you manage to get all of theirs. Some have more points, like notice that Orleans has none. I was aiming at Paris, thank you very much, game. Has 25. Let's look at Rome. Rome only has 15. I don't know, it's kind of random depending on how important it was, like how Stalingrad has that much, how Moscow has like the biggest freaking point load in the game, which makes Russia a bunch of cheating whores. But then again, they're alone, so. Anyway, one more thing I forgot to mention. In this version of the game, Armageddon, there's an option to actually turn off that whole province not full gaining ability. And the ability to, let's say, for example, I annex or kill Italy. I have the opportunity to steal their stuff. So, yeah, if you want to make your game a little more broken, or a little more balanced, let's say, for example, if you're playing as Yugoslavia or Bulgaria, you can do that. Well, I think I bored you all enough. I probably went well over the 10-minute limit. So, up next, we'll actually start playing this freaking game unless I forget something else. This is yours truly, folks, signing off. Have a great fucking day, YouTube.